Louis Nguyen, a 2004 immigrant from Vietnam, still visits the refugee center in Champaign, Illinois for occasional help with bureaucratic paperwork.
I love it here, and I help somebody do good, and how some people had the good life and understand anything the paperwork. I love it here.
He heard great things about the refugee center upon his arrival. What he didn't know then was that it was a fellow Vietnamese immigrant, Tam Wei, who helped establish the organization in 1980. Now 99 and living in an Urbana assisted living facility, Tam Wei tries not to worry about the 45-year-old center's future amid federal funding cuts threatening refugee services nationwide. Refugees are a category of immigrants who are legally allowed in the United States when they are unable or unwilling to return to their homeland due to well-founded fears of persecution. Born in French colonial Vietnam in 1926, Tam grew up near Hanoi. During the 1946 French Indochina War, she witnessed her husband's death as he treated a wounded soldier, making her a widow at age 20.
And I tried to open his jacket, and I think too much blood, and I passed out. I think he passed away right in front of me.
After discovering a passion for teaching at several schools in Vietnam, Tam went on to study education, earning a bachelor's degree by 1951. With communists threatening her non-communist family, she was eager to continue her education abroad, first in Geneva, then at the University of Illinois, earning a graduate degree in educational psychology. There she met and married Lun Shin Wei, a scientist focused on soybean research, and they raised 4 children in Illinois. By 1970, Tam Wei was working as a traveling school psychologist. At the time, the U.S. was involved in the Vietnam War, and she worried about working in the rural United States. However, she almost always found kindness and gratitude.
But it's very challenging because Vietnam War is still going on, and I'm a woman. They may never see a Vietnamese woman. But anyway, that's okay. I'm the one want to hit on a challenge. But you know, when you're very sincere and very really want to do something for the kid, it goes through.
As Southeast Asian refugees arrived in Champaign-Urbana, Tam's memory of being a newcomer inspired her to action.
So what I should do? I should do something. That's the only thing. Even I have no idea about administration.
With friend Quýt Nguyen, a former Vietnamese school administrator, Tam rallied local churches to sponsor refugees. Their efforts culminated in the Refugee Center's 1980 opening in a small room in an Urbana church.
I first got involved about 1978-79. I had just come to town to work as a director of an adult education program. One of the courses we offered was English as a second language. And through that, I met Tam Wei and also her co-director, Quýt Nguyen, as they were helping new arrivals. Tam Wei is very persuasive. So she said, "Oh, John, it would be good if you were on our board." And so that's how things started.
John Muirhead is proud of the help the center has given to a long list of refugees and other immigrants who have come to the area.
It's really amazing when you think back over the almost 45 years that I've had the privilege of witnessing this.
But the Refugee Center faced a challenge early this year when President Trump cut refugee funding. Within months, the federal government canceled contracts with groups overseeing refugee centers nationwide, including the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, the center's supervising partner. The cuts forced the center to reduce its budget by about 15%, though state support and private donations will sustain other immigrant services, even as refugee assistance suffers.
Refugee resettlement is the gold standard of legal immigration. People are vetted, they are interviewed, they have support through either family that's already here or agencies like ours. So I'm very sad to see that the Trump administration has decided to target refugee resettlement.
Tam's message of compassion, which she brought to other Midwesterners when establishing the center, remains as relevant today.
What they have only the dignity. If your church able to give so much, why don't you give them the amount and let them spend it, instead of make them come and ask for that? You need to think of the dignity of the people.
For Market to Market, I'm Colleen Bradford Krantz.